that a long time ago.
I didn't know that.
It's LightSpeed Quiz 2019. Number 3. We're going to round, till 3 and 4. Michael McPartland in charge. What have we got first off?
We've got history.
Let's do it.
History.
Good luck, everybody.
Number 1. This battle is also known as the Battle of Hochstadt, and it helped ensure the safety of Vienna and prevented the collapse of the Grand Alliance. The defeated general, the Duc de Tallard, was captured after the battle and was only returned to France 7 years later. Taking place in Bavaria near the River Danube during the War of Spanish Succession, which battle of 1704? John?
Malplaquet.
That's incorrect.
Oh!
Lee?
Blenheim.
Blenheim, yeah.
I've gone on holiday too late.
Number 2. Born in what is now Szczecin, Poland, how was the Prussian noble Princess Sophie Friedrich August von Alt? Lee?
It's Princess Margaret.
That is incorrect.
No.
Dave?
No.
Catherine the Great.
Catherine the Great, yeah.
Bingo.
Number 3. Uber, Hevet Cirque Whiteshirt, Sigurd Snake in His Eyes, Bjorn Ironside, and Ivar the Boneless were all sons of which legendary Viking chieftain? Simon?
Ragnar Lothbrok.
Ragnar Lothbrok, yeah.
Why do people not call the kids Ragnar anymore?
Yeah, great name. With a name meaning to finish or to complete. In Egyptian creation mythology, the god Atum created the world by doing what? Gavin?
Sneezing.
Sneezing I can accept. It's an alternative answer, not the one I really wanted, but it's an acceptable alternative answer.
Is the alternative one to do with the other end of the body?
Yes.
Yeah.
He ejaculated.
Yes.
Oh, great question.
And in tribute,
Better answer.
apparently in tribute, pharaohs would ceremoniously ejaculate into the Nile every year.
Fantastic.
That's why some
I do it in River Calder every week.
Number 5. Published in 1547, a year before their death at the age of 37, the religious work Lamentation of a Sinner makes which person the first woman to have a book published in their own name in English? Dave?
Catherine Parr.
Okay, it's correct.
Yeah.
Woo! Yes.
Number 6. This person made important contributions to finding a cure for hemorrhagic septicemia in avian species, and in 1962, a year before his death, Burt Lancaster was nominated for an Academy Award.
Oh.
Dave?
Robert Stroud.
Robert Stroud is correct. The Man of Alcatraz.
Not even worth pressing.
But not allowed to keep birds when he was in Alcatraz. Number 7. Built around a man-made pool that was completed in 1577 by Guru Ram Das. Big Steve.
Taj Mahal.
Is incorrect.
Oh, so glad impressed.
Dave?
Golden Temple.
The Golden Temple, yeah.
Oh, that one.
Number 2 on the list.
Battles in this war include Catena, Mount Garganus, and the final decisive Battle of Silurius River, after which the losing commander disappears from history. Dave?
Servile War.
Yeah, I'll give you that, yeah. Third Servile War, but I'll give you a Servile War.
Bingo.
Have you played the Joker on this round?
I didn't know you could.
Yes.
Number 9. Who was the only president of the USA to, after his term of office, go on to serve in the US Senate? Steve Kidd?
I'm kidding, man. No, well, too stupid answer! Can we do a retake on that?
Dave?
Taft.
No.
That's what we're trying to think of.
Simon?
Fillmore.
No. Where are we? Dave Hess?
Johnson.
Yep, Johnson. Andrew Johnson.
Oh, you do that.
2 to 1 shot there, but finally.
Number 10. Abandoned on a mountain as a baby by King Iasus, who was disappointed that he didn't have a son, she was suckled by a bear and rescued by hunters, who raised her and from whom she learned to fight like a bear. She took a vow of virginity after being rescued by Artemis from the centaurs Hyolus and Rhosus, who were attempting to ravish her. When Artemis was angered after being forgotten in a sacrifice by King Onus, She sent the Cleodian boar to ravage his land. She joined the hero Malaga to hunt the boar. Despite being married, Malaga fell in love with her, and he eventually killed the boar after she was the first person to draw blood from it. Malaga angered his uncles after giving this person the... Simon?
Atlanta.
Atalanta, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she was in Stingray.
That's
Marina.
Marina.
I thought they were in Syria.
Atlanta was the one who factored Troy Tempest.
Number 11. Who in 1962 became the second and so far last person to be executed by the State of Israel? Simon?
Eichmann.
Eichmann, yeah.
Affirmative.
Number 12. In existence from 1815 to 1860, the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies was a political union between the Kingdom of Sicily, Simon,
Naples.
and Naples, yeah.
That's a hat trick for Simon.
It might be. Yeah, Atlanta, Eichmann, Naples, yeah.
I see somebody's on the board here.
Number 13. Awarded 2 medals of honour during his lifetime, what was the first name of the army captain and brother of General George Custer who was killed alongside him at the Battle of the Little Bighorn? Lee?
James.
No. Steve Kidd?
Henry.
No. Mike?
John.
No. John?
Thomas.
Thomas? Yeah, Thomas Custer.
Boom!
Correct.
I didn't know, just a guess. So that was a good guess, didn't it?
14. This position is currently held by Frank Walter Steinmeier, who lives at the official residence of the Bellevue Palace. The current version of his position was created in 1949 and first held by Theodor Heuss. A previous version of the title existed between 1919 and 1945, but the holder then had considerably more political power than the holder of the current version. Whilst the position existed between Steve Kidd?
Chancellor.
That is incorrect.
Chancellor.
Hello.
While the position existed between 1933 and 45, its title wasn't used as the position had been merged with the head of government role. Dave Hess,
President of Germany.
President of Germany, yes.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Say unlucky somebody with a good guess.
15. For 456 years, from 1522, every pope was born in Italy. None of the last 39 years have, though. Who was the last pope who was Italian? Simon?
John Paul I.
John Paul I, yeah.
Affirmative.
Number 16. Who became Prime Minister of the UK following the first general election where everyone over the age of 18 had been granted the vote? John?
Teddy.
Ted Heath, yeah.
Correct.
17.
Because mate, that's why I remember it.
This person served in the US Army in the Mexican-American War and the American Civil War, where he attained the rank of Major General and led the successful 1862 defence of Cincinnati. He later presided over the trial of Henry Wurz, one of only 2 Confederate soldiers to be executed for war crimes. John?
Stonewall Jackson.
It's incorrect.
Loser.
Where are we next? In 1876 he was appointed as the governor of the New Mexico Territory, where he led attempts to restore order during the Lincoln County War, and appointed Pat Garrett as the sheriff to capture Billy the Kid, who however is perhaps best known now as the writer of the 1880 novel Ben-Hur, A Tale of Christ.
Yeah.
Norman?
Hello?
Gone.
No, that's good. Dave?
Wallace.
Yeah, Lou Wallace. Yeah.
General Lewis Wallace.
Bingo.
18. Standing 35 and 59 metres tall, 2 statues built in the 6th century in the Bamiyan Valley in modern-day Afghanistan, of which figure were destroyed with dynamite. Dave?
Buddha.
The Buddha, yeah.
Bingo.
19. This establishment had 2 Latin mottos which translate into English as "Let the fortune of the house stand" and "The faithful dispensation of the gifts of God," and its founder was John Lyon of Preston. Former England rugby captain Roger Utley and former Premier League referee David Ellery have both worked as teachers. Dave?
Harrow.
Harrow, yeah.
Bingo.
Is that a hat trick or not?
Yeah, that'll be a hat trick, yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
You could have put James Webb in there as well. He's quiz player.
Churchill.
Churchill was the last club, yeah.
Was that last one?
Yeah. Number 20. Founded in 1713, they were largely disbanded in 1740 on the death of Frederick William I. and officially dissolved in 1806. And their official name was the Prussian Infantry Regiment No. 6. They received very high levels of pay to help recruitment.
Hussars.
That's incorrect.
Yeah.
No.
To help recruitment, although they saw little action, and most people consider them not suitable for military action. Although the official reason given for their founding was it was easier for them to load muzzle-loaded guns. Troops for this regiment were given as gifts to Prussia by leaders such as the Russian Tsar Peter the Great and even the Ottoman Sultan, to gain favour with Frederick William, who was known to have a great fondness for them. A fondness his successor Frederick the Great didn't have, as he realised how ineffective and expensive they were. One member of this regiment was the Irishman James Kirkland, who stood at 7'2". What is this Prussian army, Simon?
Army of Giants.
Bit more.
The German army of Prussian giants.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Giants. No, alright, okay.
4.
What is this Prussian army regiment used largely for ceremonial purposes, whose members had to be at least 6'2" in height? Steve Kidd?
Giant size.
No, nothing to it.
I know.
Dave?
Regiment of Giants.
No. No. They were the Potsdam Giants.
Yeah.
So our winner of that, runaway winner, with 20 points was Dave Hess.
Excellent. Can anybody recall the 20-pointer?
I've got teams.
I taught him everything he knows out on Towton Moor today.
Teams.
Moving right.
Yeah, move on to visual, films, TV,
Oh God.
and so on.
Sit on my hands and don't breathe anything.
Theatre comes under this as well. Number 1. Ooh, nasty. Truth accepted. Falsehood. And sidestep to the left. Were all phrases associated. Chris Bain?
Nightmare.
Nightmare, yeah. Which you want to be on.
Aye.
Number 2. Taking its title from a painting by Clovis Truel, which itself had a name which was a pun on the French for what an arse you have. It originally started with a prologue. Dave?
Or Calcutta.
Or Calcutta is correct.
Bingo.
Number 3. Appearing in 565 of its 801 episodes, Burt Lynch, played by James Ellis. John?
Z-Cars.
Z-Cars, yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Correct.
Number 4. Born in Liverpool in 1971, it is thought that this person, through their media career and their construction business, has a fortune of around £20 million. He is a patron of the Down Syndrome Association, and in 2000 he reached number 14 in the UK pop charts with the song At This Time of Year.
Yeah.
Chris?
Craig Phillips.
Craig Phillips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember his
Yeah.
surname.
Big
Yeah, richest ever Big Brother housemate. Number 5. Former cruise ship entertainer Nick Weir had an inauspicious start to his spell presenting this TV show when he fell down some... Dave Bill? Catchphrase, yeah. Broke his leg when he was recording it. Number 6. Which political catchphrase used during the 1980s was first said by the actor Pat O'Brien in a film released in 1940 about his character's friend who had just died of a mysterious illness? The line was said just before the final game of the 1920 college American football season, and the film features O'Brien. Dave?
Win one for the Gipper.
Win one for the Gipper, yeah. By Reagan.
How far was I?
You were...
I was actually about half a second.
Quite a bit. Number 7.
New Rockney.
Newt Rockney, yeah. Newt Rockney, All-American is the film. Number 7. A 3-word name required. The usage of this term peaked in the 1980s and early 90s in the USA, and although still used occasionally, it is now more often used as satires or pastiches of 80s shows. Used in TV shows such as The Cosby Show, Boy Meets World, Charles in Charge, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. It is closely associated with the show Blossom. What was this term used by television companies as a pre-show warning that a sitcom or drama series aimed at teenagers would contain a difficult or controversial social issue or a message about subjects such as teen pregnancy, drug use or death? Steve?
Parental advisory.
No. Send nothing away. Simon?
I'm going to say exactly the same.
No. Dave?
Parental discretion advised.
No. Chris?
Education.
No, they were called very special episodes.
It's not special, are they?
Number 8. The computer game Uncharted Drake's Fortune, the Werner Herzog directed film Aguirre the Wrath of God, and the animated action TV series The Mysterious Cities of Gold, all... Dave Bill? Eldorado, yeah.
Absolutely.
Number 9. This duo were both born in Leonardo, New Jersey at some point during the 1970s and became friends when they met as infants in front of the Quick Stop groceries whilst their mother shopped inside. Steve Kidd?
Bill and Ted.
That's incorrect.
Hello.
In 1994 they helped ruin the live recording of a television dating show.
No, that's wrong. No, forget it.
I
Loser.
think I know it now so much.
Which enabled Brodie Bruce and TJ Quint to get back with their girlfriends and saw Sharon Hamilton being sent to prison. In 1997 they realised they are stars of the Holden McNeil created comic Bluntman and Chronic. Dave Bill?
Jay and Silent Bob.
Jay and Silent
It's
Bob.
so it's one of them, you know the
Yeah.
answer, so I have to buzz and
At what point did Kevin Smith get a mention? Is that?
yeah.
Number 10. This person played themselves in the film Sharknado 5. There's a voice-only role in the film.
Tara Reid? No,
Is
she's
incorrect.
Tara.
Yeah, she's the main actress in that. Where's Mike? There it is.
Stupid woman.
As a voice-only role in the film Lego Ninjago. They started their media career at BBC Radio Oxford before becoming a trainee journalist for ITN in 1994. She gained wider fame when she presented BBC News coverage of the signing of the Good Friday Agreement, and between 1998 and 2002 she was married to Meridian TV executive Ian Rumsey. In 2017 she released her first book, The Joy of Big Knickers, and she is now married to Peter Mandelson's former political aide Derek Draper. This person finished... Lee?
Kate Garraway.
Kate Garraway, yep.
Yeah.
Number 11. In which 1987 romantic comedy does Kim Cattrall play an ancient Egyptian... Chris?
It's not mannequin.
It is Mannequin.
Oh, it's
yeah.
mannequin.
Aye.
Number 12. Despite putting no effort whatsoever into a disguise or changing his appearance, apparently the sorceress, man-at-arms and Orko are the only three people who know the secret identity of which person. Dave?
Prince Adam or He-Man?
Yeah, He-Man, Prince Adam, yeah.
So how can
Absolutely.
you know everything though?
Don't tell anybody.
It's the power of Playstore.
That's right, yeah.
So much.
It's that those pink trousers put everyone off.
And the bald haircut, yeah.
Number 13. Based on a historical German figure who lived from around 1480 to 1540, it features a line that is now commonly translated as Misery Loves Company. The early blues singer Robert Johnson, who died aged 27, is often said to have done something identical to the lead character in this play. Dave?
Somebody sold to the devil.
Can't give you that. It's not there. Gavin?
Dr. Faust.
Dr. Faust. Yeah. It was after the play. Yeah.
Play you were after.
Yeah.
That's it.
14. This race of creatures are named after a friend of the actor Terry McGovern, who played a robotic policeman in the film THX 1138. They are on average just under 7 feet tall. And Dave? Wookiees, yeah.
Absolutely.
15. Originally a book written by George Barr McCutcheon in 1902, which was adapted into a play that ran on Broadway from 1906. It has since been adapted into film on 12 occasions. The first film, now lost, was made in 1914 and was produced by Cecil B. DeMille, and subsequent versions have seen the title role played by Roscoe Fatty Arbuckle, Jack Buchanan, Dennis O'Keefe and Richard Pryor. The 1985 Pryor version sees Steve Lacey?
Brewster?
Yeah, Brewster's Millions. Yeah.
Spot on.
16. What links the winner of the Razzie for Worst Supporting Actor in 1990 for Ghosts Can't Do It, the winner of the Worst Actor in 2004, Dave Bill?
They've all been the president of the USA.
They've all been presidents of the USA, yeah. And
Well, the first one's Trump, so...
Trump won it again this year.
Absolutely.
17. This 1975 documentary was directed by George Butler and Robert Fiore and is inspired by a book of the same name written by Butler and Charles Gaines. The majority of the documentary takes place in Pretoria, and one of the main participants is the former New York Jets player Mike Katz, who was apparently thrown off performing to his best in a competition when his rival Ken Waller hides his lucky shirt, although it was later revealed... Chris?
Naked Gun.
That is incorrect.
Idiot.
Although later revealed this was staged to add dramatic tensions to the proceedings. In the opening scene of the documentary, the main star claims that the title activity is better than ejaculating, while scenes at the end see him celebrating by eating fried chicken and a cake and possibly smoking marijuana. A 1985 sequel featuring female competitors and a number of... Simon?
Rollerball.
Is incorrect. Simon, there he is.
Fool.
The 1985 sequel featured female competitors, and a number of people featured in the documentary appeared in the 1976 comedy drama Stay Hungry. Other people featured were Serge Nubret, Franco Colombo and Lou Ferrigno, and it centres on the 1975... Lee?
Bodybuilding?
Nope.
No.
And it centres on the 19...
Sorry, I didn't mean to press that.
Is it... yeah, well, don't get a point then, but you won't be able to buzz in again. And it centres on the 1975 Mr. Olympia competition. Dave?
Pumping iron.
Pumping iron? Yeah. 18. Matty Michael in The Women of Brewster Place, Coretta Scott King in Our Friend Martin, Gussie the Goose in Charlotte's Web, the Radio Free America announcer in A Handmaid's Tale, Gloria Gaines in The Butler, Annie Lee Cooper in Selma, and the Oscar-nominated role of Sophia in The Colour Purple. Mike?
Oh, Whoopi Goldberg.
It's incorrect.
Stupid
Dave Bill?
woman.
Oprah Winfrey.
All played by Oprah Winfrey.
Oh,
Yeah.
so on, I mean.
Absolutely.
Save the point deduction there, thank you.
Number 19. This 1954 film was written by Brian Forbes and Alan Coppell, who were instructed by the wife of the lead actor to keep his character monosyllabic. She also insisted that his character was not shown stealing a horse, as it would have caused him to lose endorsements with the Boy Scouts of America. So a scene was created after a fight with Vikings where a random person shows up with a horse, saying, "This is the horse you ordered." The main actor also only shot close distance shots, using a double to film any medium and long distance shots, so he could keep his time on set to a minimum. He also delivered most of his lines on a hidden box, or had his co-stars deliver them in a trench to hide his short stature. Featuring Patrick Troughton as the villainous King Mark, and Peter Cushing in blackface playing the traitorous Saracen knight Sir Palomides, it is set in the court of King Arthur and involves a... John?
Knights of the Round Table.
That is incorrect.
Loser.
And involves a blacksmith turned mysterious warrior fight against the plot to overthrow the legendary king. Featuring a scene which shows the fictional complete destruction of Stonehenge, so it could no longer be used for pagan human sacrifices. Steve Liz.
This is Spinal Tap.
What is this fantasy film which sees Alan Ladd as the title character, who hides his identity by donning an alias based on the colour of his armour and shield? Steve Kidd.
Once the Future King.
No, nothing away. Simon?
The Black Sword.
It's incorrect. Dave?
Black Shield.
No. It's Tony Curtis. That's really cool. Dave Bill? No. Nobody?
Black Knight.
Sorry?
Black Knight.
The Black Knight.
Yeah, I knew it was songs that got it wrong.
And number 20. Debuting on Netflix in 2017, its major roles are played by, amongst others, Grant Shaw, James McKay, Alan Dale, Nicolette Sheridan and Elizabeth Gillies. It is a remake of the show which was created by Richard and Esther Shapiro and was first broadcast in 1981, and was the most watched show on the US Nielsen ratings in 1984. Norman? Dynasty.
Hey!
Dynasty.
Who won that?
That was one on 12 points by Dave Bill.
Yay! Unfortunately, we can't see Dave Bill until we actually go like
Oh, is the camera gone?
this. Dave Bill! Notice nobody applauded.
Thanks. We'll applaud the best.